What's going on, y'all? This is slowly becoming the hottest debate in basketball right now. I mean, maybe not at the moment, but it's getting there. This is the Rookie of the Year debate. It's like, at the beginning of the season, this conversation was just a snooze fest. It was like, well, Ben Simmons is so goddamn far ahead of the field that it's not even a question. I mean, we were literally a month into the season saying stuff like, well, Ben Simmons has Rookie of the Year on lock. And even though it was only a month in, it felt like it was totally justified to say that, because at that point it was like, okay, who's really gonna get that good? Who is going to just start playing at this guy's level? And it seemed ridiculous because Ben Simmons is one of the best rookies we've had in a very long time. He's that good. He's averaging 17 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, a block, and he's shooting 53% from the field. He's an absolute monster. He's a 6'10" point guard, and he's already figured out how to terrorize the NBA, and he's only going to get better. I make the Giannis comparison a lot with Ben Simmons. I think that if there's a player you can compare Ben Simmons to, it's Giannis. I know everyone loves to make the LeBron comparison, and while it does make sense, they do kind of have the same mindset when they're on the court, that pass-first mentality, that like 6'9", 6'10" point guard Ben Simmons is reminiscent of a 6'8" point forward in LeBron. They play very similar, I know, but I bring up Giannis because he's a young player that can't shoot the ball all that well. He can shoot it better than Ben Simmons, but in his first few seasons, he couldn't shoot at all, and now he can kind of shoot, but he's still not really a threat as a shooter, especially from three. I mean, he can hit the mid-range shot for sure, but it's tough when you get past like 20 feet. And Ben Simmons has not made a three all season, yet he's terrorizing the paint against anyone. And of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo, despite him not really having established a jump shot in his first few years, he was still a beast. I mean, he won Most Improved Player last year, and he was like a terrible three-point shooter last year, and he barely shooting that mid-range shot consistently. So I think that it's a very fair comparison. They're both, I mean, Giannis is pretty much a point forward, and he can't shoot the ball nearly as well as someone like LeBron James. And Ben Simmons, he's not a shooter either, and he's a 6'10", 6'11" guy. They're similar. I think they're very similar, and I think it's like Ben Simmons is kind of like Giannis when he figured out how to use what he had. And Ben Simmons is bigger than Giannis. Like, he's bulked up. He does not seem like, a 20-year-old. I think he's 20. Maybe he's 21. But either way, Ben Simmons is an absolute beast. And it's not like Ben Simmons has really fallen off. He's still putting up numbers. Like last night, he had 32 points, 11 assists, 7 boards, something like that. Crazy. But somehow, some way, there is a debate about Rookie of the Year, and I actually see probably more people on social media saying that Donovan Mitchell is the real Rookie of the Year. Donovan Mitchell, this is crazy. Donovan Mitchell is a 6'3" shooting guard who was picked, I believe, the 13th pick overall? Please don't get mad if I get that wrong. I think it's like 13 that he got picked by the Jazz. And oh my god, this guy is on pace to average over 20 points per game. He's averaging 3.5 assists and 3.5 rebounds. He shoots 44% from the field and 35% from three. Now, right off the bat, Donovan Mitchell does average a few more points than Ben Simmons. However, if you look at just like your basic stats, Donovan Mitchell is not, he's not carrying a more impressive stat line than Ben Simmons by any means. And as a player, what is he better at than Ben Simmons? If you think about it, he's a better jump shooter by a mile, okay? He's astronomically better jump shooter from mid-range, and from the three ball, he is just miles better. But, anybody that's like a good shooter in the NBA is. Ben Simmons hasn't made a three yet, and that's a weakness in his game for sure, yet it's also incredible that he's able to dominate the way he does without it. Now, if you think about the other facets of the game, Ben Simmons' height really helps him out. It makes him a better rebounder. It makes him a better defender. He's longer. He can guard point guards, and he's 6'10". He can block shots in the paint. He can guard all 5 positions on the court. He's a really good defensive player, and as a playmaker, he has the mind of a point guard. He is a point guard. He's a 6'10 point guard, and if you're 6'10, you can see over people. If you're a point guard and you're 6'10, it's very hard to stop you when you have guys open. It's easier for you to see them. Donovan Mitchell is undersized as a shooting guard, and he is a good passer. Don't get me wrong. Donovan Mitchell, people might say, the haters that are looking at Ben Simmons for Rookie of the Year, they might say stuff like, look, Donovan Mitchell, he can score, but he can't play make. He can't do anything else. He's just a scorer. Donovan Mitchell's a capable playmaker. He's a capable ball handler. He's not just in a box as a shooting guard. He can play the point guard position. He is capable of making plays. He averages 3.5 assists as a 2 guard, which, doesn't jump off the page. He's not Steve Nash, but you don't have to be. He's not out there looking to rack up assists. He's looking to score first, but he makes some great plays as well. When it comes to rebounding and defending, these aren't really areas that he can stay with Ben at. He's just not the defensive player that Ben Simmons is. A lot of that has to do with the fact that he's 6'3" and he's playing the 2 guard. Now, a big selling point for Donovan Mitchell does have to do with the team that he's on. He's the leading scorer on his team. That's pretty cool. A rookie leading his team in scoring, and not just a bad team. The Jazz have won 11 in a row, and they've been missing some players that they have back, and now they are definitely on pace to make the playoffs. I'd say it would be a shock if they didn't, because they have so much momentum. They're playing so well right now, and teams like the Pelicans, they are bound to fall off and out of the playoffs because they lost DeMarcus Cousins, and it sucks because, I'm going to sidetrack a little bit right here. Hearing Anthony Davis talk about how he thought they could get to the finals, it's just heartbreaking, man. Because look, I don't think they would have got to the finals, but it's like that team, they lose so much with DeMarcus Cousins. They were playing so well when he got hurt. It's a shame, and they're probably, and I bring it up because they're probably going to fall out of the playoffs, and the Jazz are probably going to swipe that playoff spot, and they're going to be a tough out for sure. They have Rudy Gobert down low, who, he might be their most, I want to say most effective player. I think Donovan Mitchell is definitely having a much better year than Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert has been injured though, so it's kind of hard to make a statement like that. Rudy Gobert is their defensive presence by every single sense of the word. I mean, he is their guy in the paint that's going to stop everyone from scoring. Donovan Mitchell is their only guy on offense pretty much that can go out there and get any shot he wants. I mean, you got some good playmakers. Maybe I shouldn't count out Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio, he can get buckets now. He's scoring a lot better than he has in years past, and we've seen some big scoring games from him, which is really funny. But Donovan Mitchell, he's their true scorer. He is like the only guy on their team that can consistently run the offense as a scoring threat, get shots from anywhere, and efficiently be their big scoring guy. I mean, he has like 20-plus point games, and he's got like 6 or 7 30-plus point games as a rookie in 2 40-point games. He's an incredible scorer, and at 19.6 points, the reason why I said earlier he's bound to get that up is because in his first 8 games he came off the bench, but as a starter this year he's averaging over 20 points, and that's so impressive because if you look back at in history, rookies that averaged over 20 in recent history, I mean, you got Blake Griffin, but what was the team Blake Griffin was on? He also played 38 minutes a game. Donovan Mitchell's playing 32, but Blake Griffin was on the Clippers, a terrible team at that time. Okay, Tyreke Evans. Oh man, this one kind of kills my argument because Tyreke Evans is like one of those just wild card players that he is known for being the guy that had an amazing rookie year. Unbelievable. He averaged 20 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds as a rookie. Never came close to matching that again, even though he's having a great year this year. And I'm sad he didn't get traded, man. We needed Tyreke Evans on a good team. We needed that. The NBA deserves that. Or should I say, the fans deserve that, because that would be awesome. He's playing so good. Throw him on a contender that isn't Golden State, and man, that would be great to watch. But Tyreek's one. Kevin Durant is another. LeBron James is another. And for the 2000s, that's it. I mean, Elton Brand, he tied Steve Francis for Rookie of the Year, and 1999, 2000. But I mean, that's ancient history. So I mean, in recent history, it's LeBron, Kevin Durant, Tyreek Evans, and Blake Griffin, and most of those guys were on bad teams. Donovan Mitchell, his team's probably going to make the playoffs, and he's destined for greatness as well. Either way, both of these players, they're going to be all-stars. They're going to be superstars. They're going to run the league probably. I'm more confident about that, though, in Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, to me, has much more potential than Donovan Mitchell does, even though I do think Donovan Mitchell has a ton of potential. And the thing I love about Donovan Mitchell is that he can close a game. I forgot to mention that. The dude is clutch. The dude, he can take and make the big shots. But Ben Simmons is just a demigod. I mean, he's literally so overpowered in the NBA as a rookie. I don't understand how he's this good. You look at his numbers: 17, 8, 7, 2, 1. It's hard for me to argue Donovan Mitchell at this point, because I know that he's scoring more, and his team, he might make his team better than Ben Simmons does. Don't get out of that, but I mean, Ben Simmons without Joel Embiid does not have a good record at all this year. They've won like 1 or 2 games all year without Joel Embiid. So I'm not going to do it, because I know I did that with Kyrie. Like, every time the Cavs would play without LeBron and they lose, and it's like, oh, Kyrie can't win without LeBron. And now he's kind of proving everybody wrong. But I think Ben Simmons, not only do I think that he's going to be better in the future, but I do think he's better right now. I probably like Donovan Mitchell better. I don't want to hear you Donovan Mitchell fanboys, in the comments talking about how I'm biased or that I'm a hater or something. I like Donovan Mitchell probably better than I like Ben Simmons. He's an underdog. He was not supposed to be this good, and he's lighting up the NBA. He plays for the Utah Jazz. He's like a humble-ass dude. I respect him. I respect the grind. But I don't think that I think that it's close, okay? I think that Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell right now, the race is close, and it's so interesting. But I think I would pick Ben Simmons just slightly, because he's just such a threat in so many ways. He's also a 6'11" point guard, impossible to stop. And then last note about it is, I think Ben Simmons, this doesn't relate to the Rookie of the Year race, but just saying, Ben Simmons has more potential. He's a 6'10" point guard who can't shoot at all yet, and he's dominating. How do you dominate in your rookie year and you can't shoot and you're a point guard? It's scary. It's absolutely scary. He only will get better. He has the potential to be one of the best players, not only in the league, but maybe ever. And I know people might be like, chill out. Hey, look, when was the last time you saw a player this good in his rookie year? Kevin Durant, LeBron James, look at them. All-time great players. Ben Simmons, I think he's headed that direction. I think as long as the guy can stay healthy, it's there for the taking. That's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think's better, Donovan Mitchell or Ben Simmons? Who's going to win Rookie of the Year? I say Ben Simmons is going to win Rookie of the Year. That's my prediction. But Donovan Mitchell, he might be the fan favorite. He might, lead his team to the playoffs and end the season on a really good note and then take that award. But right now, I think I would say Ben Simmons by a hair. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.